Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Got a product video for you today. We wanted to tell you about the brand new Stan Onyx thumb trigger release. This is a release that we've all been anxious for it to come out. Now we finally get our hands on it. Of course, the Onyx, that is a series of releases by Stan. There's going to be a tension activated, a thumb trigger, and a hinge that are all going to be based off the same handle. This is the thumb trigger variation of the Onyx. So great release from Stan. They put a lot of engineering into this thing to make it comfortable and functional. There are multiple sizes of this release to get it to fit your hand. In the box, it's going to come with as a 3-finger release, and one of the cool things about the 3-finger attachment is this little guy right here. It's kind of a place for you to rest that fourth finger without it being a 4-finger release. You know, with 3-finger releases, a lot of people, you know, their pinky might stick out or they might tuck it back. You're not always really sure what to do with it. Now with this one, you have a resting spot for it. So that's kind of cool for the 3-finger extension. You will, of course, also in the pack get the extension to make it a 4-finger release. It's a simple 1 Allen screw right here, 5/64, which you will get the Allen key in the box with your release to do all the adjustments. Remove the finger piece, and of course with this finger piece it is a movable piece, so I can get this wherever I want it to activate my release. I can pivot that 3rd finger, you know, just to get it exactly how I like it. So as we mentioned, it is a thumb trigger release. This is your trigger set right here. You're just going to press that in and then that's how you activate it. Now, you can see right here, I have a fairly long post and a big thumb barrel set on this release. In the packet, you will also get a shorter post. You can see the difference in sizing right there, and the skinnier thumb barrel. So you get to customize this however you want. In the smaller one, I have the training lock. So this is a Stan feature that they have, this trigger lock that you can insert into the release here so that you can practice with this and it's not going to fire. So you can use your actual bow, and when you come back you'll hear the trigger fire, but the release won't actually release. So I can practice my shot process without actually firing the bow. That is the trigger lock feature. Stan's been doing that for a while. Okay, so the release itself, you're going to notice this is a new feature for Stan releases. It's got this extra Talon right here, and that is, you know, just a secure position for your D-loop. Once you put it in there, you know, if you're a bow hunter and you want to hang your release from your bow in the tree, you can do that and you don't have to worry about it popping out. You know, you pick it up, you might hit it with your hand. It's not coming out of there. It is secure when it's in that position there. So that's a new feature. The thumb assembly here. You've got all kinds of customization options here. You can see on the back there are 2 slots. There's a 2nd screw, so I can make this post shorter. I can use both post connections there, but I can swivel this thing forward or back, get it where I want it. The thumb barrel itself is adjustable. Use my 5/64 key. Now I can pivot the barrel this way, any way I want it. You get this thumb trigger exactly where you want it. They've got all the adjustments that you need, multi-positional, to get that thumb barrel exactly where you want it. And then, as always, you know, Stan has one of the crispest triggers on the market. There's just no play in these things. When you come to full draw and activate that trigger, there's just no movement in that thing. It's just super crisp. I really love those, the way the Stan triggers fire. You do have individual adjustments on this for trigger tension and trigger travel. So with your 5/64 Allen key, you're going to notice on the back here, on the outside of the index finger piece, that right there is going to be your trigger tension. So if I were to take my Allen key and turn it clockwise, I'm making the trigger tension heavier. Counterclockwise, and the trigger tension is going to be lighter. Then on the outside of the release, right under the S in stand, you're going to notice another Allen screw in there, another 5/64. This is going to be for your trigger travel. Turning the Allen key clockwise is going to decrease trigger travel. Turning it counterclockwise is going to increase trigger travel. And I mentioned there's no play in the trigger, but trigger travel and play in it are two different things. Some folks, you don't want this thing to be a hair trigger. You want to be able to get into your shot. So you can have trigger travel without there being play in the trigger, as I call it. In other words, that travel, it's nice and smooth until it activates your shot. So you're going to have plenty of adjustments for that. One of the great things about the Onyx is with this one, you get a lot of adjustments for both sensitivity and travel on the spring that's in here. Some releases have different springs that you have to put in to get to the different levels of adjustment. With the Onyx, you can just work with the spring that's in there and you've got a pretty big range of adjustment. Then lastly, what we wanted to tell you about is this is the box that it's going to come in. This is new packaging for Stan that we haven't seen before. They're not using the clamshell for the Onyx. It's going to come in this nice box with all your pieces and your instructions in there. Everything you need to get your Stan Onyx functioning the way you like it. Excellent new release from Stan that's got all the things we love about Stan releases. That is the Onnex Thumb Trigger. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.